What's up YouTube, SWUCUBE here, and today we are opening an entire booster box of Elemental Creatures. That is 36 booster packs of excellent hand-illustrated monster collecting, battling, trading card game fun. I think this is an absolutely beautiful game. I've been enjoying my journey playing it, teaching my kids to play it, collecting the cards, and I really want to say a huge, ginormous thank you to Justin Hartsock himself, the creator of the game, for sending me this booster box to open and record to promote his game. So, fun times all around. Let's crack this thing open and get going here. This is my third video on this game. My first video was kind of an intro. My second video was going a little deeper and demoing what a pack battle kind of looks like. You can find those on my channel. In this video, we are going to go ahead and just open a booster box. So, diving in here, we're gonna get the lay of the land. I'm gonna talk through a little bit how the set is designed, how the packs are laid out, and we'll go from there. Set up my trash bin up here in a way that doesn't cast a shadow or fall off my desk. Okay. All right, so Elemental Creatures is a game that has only one card type. It's the creature. Creatures come in 3 levels. It's a game where you level up your creatures through 2 different methods: evolution and mutation. Ooh, Volgaro, I've been looking for one of these. Don't have one yet. Very nice pull. There are 195 unique cards. It's a holographic SWUCUBE. Very cool. 195 unique cards in the first edition set, which is what I'm opening today. And there are 15 different level 1s. 5 level 1s are in each pack. I've never seen a repeat in a pack, so you're kind of guaranteed to get 1 of 5 different level 1s in a pack. There are 4 level 2s in each pack, 3 level 3s, and 1 guaranteed holo. Usually that's going to be a level 3, and that's simply because of the way the set is designed. There are 120 different level 3 creatures in the set, 60 level 2s, and as I said, 15 level 1s. Now I probably should have said this at the start, but what am I hunting today? This is not the first box I've opened. My collection so far, I have opened 1 box and maybe 8 loose packs. So I do have quite a bit of cards so far. But I am, my goal is, number 1, I'm looking to get at least 1 of every card. My ultimate goal is a play set. I'm not gonna get there quite with 2 boxes and change, but we're well on our way because I'm building a draft cube for this game, Duskthorn. Don't have one of those yet either. Very cool. Shiny Scalazard. Love it. So, there's no rarity system in this game. Every card is equally likely to show up in a booster pack, depending on, according to the type, right? Because you've got the levels that are kind of preceded in the pack, but any level 1 is equally likely, same as 2s and 3s. But because there's only 15 level 1s, the holographic level 1 creature is the rarest card to find in a booster pack. This card is a total menace, by the way. Very powerful. So obviously, I'm definitely hoping to pull some level 1 holos. Creepy little Venerat there. Outside of level 1 hollows, I am hoping to get as close as I can to a full playset. So hopefully pull limited dupes in terms of level 3s. Another interesting thing about opening packs is there are 3 promo cards in first edition. I am hoping to pull all 3 of them. In my first box, I didn't see any. The promo cards are intentionally, whoops, I'm mixing up my piles here, intentionally overtuned, except for RAM, and way too, like they're way overpowered. Oh, and there we go. Look at that, as I'm talking about it. As if he knows, a Jinmo shows up. Play effect, draw 3 cards for a level 2, 3 power. You can see that little promo tag down there. Huge hit. Love it. Now, these are not legal for constructed play. I will probably allow my kids to play these against me because it's kind of a nice handicap. But yeah, very stoked to pull one of those. Not guaranteed a promo in every box. I have heard of boxes that have all 3 promos, you know, but it's random. So I'm going to set that up here. We got 1 of 3. Let's keep going. So far, no level 1 hollows. And every hollow we've cracked has been level 3, which is nice. One of the things I love about opening this game is how pure it feels. First off, the art's beautiful, very cohesive, but there's no value considerations. Right? Now, there's cards I want, there's cards I'm looking for, but I'm not, you know, when I crack a pack, I'm not looking for an alt art, hyperfoil, super special rare, or anything like that. I'm just looking to collect the whole thing. But there's no monetary consideration here, right? There's no secondary market for this game yet. You know, I'm sure one will become eventually as the game grows. But right now, it's local trades and mail trades. And, you know, you just kind of work it out on Discord. And, you know, a pack is worth, you know, the joy of the game. It's not worth, oh, I pulled a $20 card or something. So being kind of free of the monetary consideration when opening these packs, in terms of what you pull and, like, you know, oh, it's a dud pack or oh, it's a great pack. There's none of that. It's all just kind of the joy of the exploration. To me, honestly, it feels like the closest thing that I felt to, oh, boom, another hit. That Trigo Dragon is another one of those promos I was talking about. 15 power, destroy up to 3 target creatures on play. Like, this card is just straight up bonkers. Way too good, completely unbalanced, and totally something I'm going to let my kids play. Also, it's a level 4. Very difficult to pull off, but man, so now I wonder if we're going to see the 3rd promo. That's so cool. As I was saying, this game kind of makes me feel, after, like, you know, pulling the one card I was hoping to find, it makes me feel kind of like I did when I was a kid, cracking packs of, like, you know, the early TCGs I played. Pokemon, I didn't really play. I collected it for a little while as a young kid. But that one didn't stick to me. The first game I played was Lord of the Rings trading card game, the Decipher game, while the movies were going on in the early 2000s. And, you know, at that point, you're just looking for cards to build a cool deck. There's no secondary market consideration, no monetary things going through your head. You buy the cards to play with them. And that's kind of what this game's all about, right? And yeah, it's, like, honestly so much fun to open. And the art is totally beautiful. So one thing I want to kind of call out here as I'm cracking these packs, I'm going to keep moving because there's a lot of packs in a pack. Packs in a box is the card background. So pay attention. And I'm going to start moving a little more quickly through the level 1s because we've seen them all at this point. But pay attention to the background behind the creatures. So these are kind of like, I don't know, psychedelic collages, just kind of mood setting color palettes. I asked Justin over Discord, you know, how he designs these. Ooh, level 1. Shiny Montego. This box is fire. I am getting all sorts of hits. How many packs in am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 9 packs into 36. And I'm 2 of 3 promos and already have a shiny level 1. Very, very cool. So the card backs. Not the card backs, sorry. The background art, kind of the palette behind the creatures. Justin designs these uniquely for each card based on, and they're like some very different, you know, different things here, but they are based on all sorts of things. You know, how good the card will look in holo. You know, it kind of, they are made to either match or pop with the art. And they're kind of fun to look at, and they're all very unique. And that is, I think, a really distinguishing factor about this game. You know, the art is really simple. It's like just the creature making a pose, you know, whether it's chilling or it's like an action pose. And then these beautiful, colorful, kind of dreamy, spacey card backs. It's a great aesthetic. I hope he kind of sticks with that style as he releases new expansions and designs them for this game. Oregon, that's one I don't have. Very cool. Same there. Catlu Max. And Brookie, another level 1 holo. Here we go. Very nice. 2 out of 3 promos, 2 out of 15 level 1 holos. Let's do it. Yeah, so that's like a subtle, you know, a subtle detail that I really enjoy quite a bit, is kind of looking at these backgrounds. I'm gonna slow down, sorry. Get my hand out of the way. Shock. Yeah, just take a close look at these. One of the things that makes these holographics so beautiful is that the backgrounds really kind of offset the art, are cool. Yeah, just very well designed. Like, beautiful to look at. Beautiful stuff all around. In terms of card design, because creatures are the only type of cards. Uma, here we go. The last promo. Wow, in the first 12 packs. Rest up to 3 target creatures. Crazy strong. All right, look at that. Huma, Jinmo, Trago Dragon. The 3 relics, the 3 promos. Got them all in one pack. Absolutely love it. I think that the collation of these packs is truly random. Reason being is I've heard wildly different stories about just the distribution of foils, promos. I've heard of boxes that have 1 of these promos, 2 of these promos, or all 3. Definitely not a guarantee. I opened a box. The first box I opened had no promos and no level 1 holos. But it had a really, really good spread of level 3s, which is really, that's the card I'm looking to get the most of. There we go. Shiny Kenku, one I don't have. Very nice. If these packs were seeded to be, a lot of games will specifically make sure there's, certain aspects, certain color balance in their packs for ease of draft. This game doesn't have those needs. you really just, it makes sure that you have a certain number of level 1s, 2s, and 3s that are appropriate for building a, you know, a small pack battle deck. And that's it. Otherwise, it's completely random. At least that's what it seems like. Ooh, I like that. Wenyido. So here's an interesting effect, right? If this creature enters play with 2 or more power counters, you bounce 2 target creatures. There's multiple ways to get this to proc, but the most simple one would simply be evolving it, growing this from a level 2 Xenocron, same species, right? Because you can grow this from any level 2 via mutation, but unless you have a creature on the field with an ongoing effect that would allow this to have power counters put on it, of which there are many, and there are many in with the nature element, right? But there's definitely different angles you can approach building a Wenyido deck, which I think is quite cool. And bouncing 2 target creatures is a powerful, powerful ability. I do not know a whole lot yet about the constructed format for this game. I hope that people will start posting deck lists, winning deck lists from their locals. This game is based out of South Carolina, Georgia area. And there are at least 2, potentially more, local game stores carrying this game. I think there's actually 3 at the moment, and that's a growing list, all kind of in that local area in the city where the creator lives. They're doing weekly constructed events and pulling, you know, 10 to 15 to 20 players per event right now. And it seems like there's a pretty cool meta developing. However, I haven't studied it yet. All of the play that I've done of this game has been pack battles, which I think are really cool. Very deep, engaging, tons of decision making, even with just a few cards. But looking at these cards, there's a lot more. I think I bent the corner of that one, but Darpendos, very cool. There are a lot of very cool decision trees when building decks. If you go for the bonus of evolution, you potentially go for more synergy and settle for mutation. You know, it's a game where it's possible to overextend. You have to kind of do this dance with your opponent of not, okay, this Watt Pod. Let's talk about Watt Pod. So Watt Pod is one of those cards that kind of breaks the core game rules and lets you level up on the front line. You know, which the way that the turns progress is you play a creature to the front line, a level 1, and then it'll move to the sideline, back a row after the first turn into the second turn, and then you can level it up once it's on your back row. So creatures can only level when they're on the back row, but this kind of lets you skip a turn and level quickly. There's level 1 creatures that can get to your back row on the first turn. So you can do like super aggro combos of playing a small level 1 creature, having it go to the back row, leveling up into Watt Pod on the first turn, and then Watt Pod can level while it's on the front line. So you can go from level 1 to level 2 to level 3 all on turn 1. And that's a very disruptible combo because every turn you take gives the opponent a turn to react because you alternate playing cards in this game. And there's like, gosh, I don't know, 15 different answers to that. Fantro. But it's cool that, you can kind of, that's like super aggro start. Although I've heard local players say that while that's super powerful, it's very disruptive, kind of glass cannony, and it can empty your hand too fast. And so one of the things that I find interesting about this game is you have to be careful not to overextend. You know, there's a lot of draw power, but depending on how your draw is and how the board is, if you overplay your hand, you can find yourself in a position where your opponent's just going to run over you on the next turn. And because there's only 4 rounds in this game, there's an expiration date on how long you can go. So you gotta play smart, keep your awareness. Anyway, this pack is sealed up real good. One of the things I like about these packs is they are quite easy to open. Shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have said that. All right, let's see if we can pull another level 1. Hollow. The value proposition for this game is pretty powerful. You get boxes are sold locally and on Discord through DMing with Justin directly. For $80, you get 36 packs. Each pack has 18 cards. In a box, you are going to end up with well more than a double play set of level 1s. In first edition, there's only 15 of them. So, and you get 5 per pack, right? So you have over 150. So like on average, you're gonna get 10 of each level 1 plus. That's more than you need for your collection. Level 1s end up kind of becoming the chaff in their unshiny form, but in their shiny form are definitely the chasiest of chase cards in this game. You will not get a full play set of level 2s, but you might get 3/4 of the way there with one box. And you will be, to get a full play set. A play set is 3 of in this game. Constructed, you're allowed to have 3 of each card in a deck. Concoradu. Very nice. So 120 different level 3s. That's 360 cards. In a pack, you get 3 guaranteed. So it's 36 times 3, which is 108. And then a certain amount of your foils are going to be, say, 20 or more of your foils are going to be level 3s as well. So you get like 130-ish level 3s per box. So you probably are going to need 3-ish boxes to get close to even the right number. Oopsie, I'm in the wrong piles here. Right number of level 3s. Like basically level 3s, they're spread so widely. That's what you're going to need to open the most product to get. But I don't think anyone's going to need to open more than 4 boxes max. Oh, our first level 2 foil, Darnimbus. Your sideline Nasavians can't be targeted by opposing effects. These are kind of pretty powerful. Kind of anti-disruption, protect your own stuff type cards. There's in the darkness element, there are several of these that all have kind of like similar art poses and do the same thing, that just affect different species. The way the set is broken down, while we're talking about it, there are 15 different creature species. All of those creatures have 13 creatures. 15 times 13, 195. There's 1 level 1 per species in first edition. There are 4, maybe 5. 4, sometimes 5 level 2s per species, and then 8-ish level 3s. All right, there's another level 2, Tej. This guy's pretty good. So clearly collecting all the level 3s is going to be where most of the, that's where you're going to have to do some hunting. I am hoping to do some trading here after I open this box. I will be, I think, collection complete on my level 2s and probably 2/3 of the way to getting a full play set of level 3s, but I hope I at least get 1. Yeah, there's my second Fulgaro. There you go. Very nice. I think the art on this guy's pretty cool. It's like Machamp meets Donkey Kong with a really cool mohawk. All right. I don't have that one in hollow yet. That's sweet. I'm definitely, if you watch Alpha Investments, Rudy, Creepy Rudy, card game commentator, investor, talks a lot about the game piece army. People who don't really care about the value of the cards as much as the game that is played with the cards. I'm kind of that guy. So, whoops. Oh, nice. Got got the level 2 and the level 3. And the level 1! All hollow, look at that. The Brutogo family. Looking good. Alright, I'm gonna put those up here. That makes me happy. What was I saying? Lost my train of thought. Because of the cool shiny card. Well, I think I was saying when I'm done opening, I'll be collection complete on level 2s, most of the way to level 3s, hopefully one of each, which is really what you want for a full draft cube. And I'll definitely be there, because that's how I plan to engage with this game, mostly with my family. There's not a local group near me yet. I'm hoping I can get something going, but I am going to be able to play kind of off-the-shelf pack battles from reconstructed packs all the time. And we will have enough of a collection also to build probably a good number of competitive decks if we want to kind of dig deep in that way. This one's kind of creepy. Now I do know from talking with Justin, the creator of the game, on Discord, that the plan early next year is to take an expanded roster of this set called Alpha Creatures to Kickstarter. Notably, there will be, I think, 3 times the level 1 creatures, and then maybe a few more level 2s. I'm gonna do this the right way. And level 3s for like 75 more creatures total, alongside all of the creatures in this set. $270 card set is what's coming in Alpha Creatures. Very much looking forward to that. We'll 100% be backing it. I'm sure I will be talking about that on the channel as the time comes, so definitely stay tuned. I think at that point, the game will certainly be in a spot to, reach a wider audience. I kind of had a train of thought earlier that I don't think I finished, which is the design of these cards. Because the only card type is creature, so much of the interaction, all of the interaction in the game has got to be on the creatures, either in the form of play effects, triggered effects, or ongoing effects, right? And so there's a lot of generally powerful abilities. Some of the most broadly applicable and most useful, just kind of in every situation abilities, are on level 1s, because you're able to play them from your hand most often. So those are your primary form of interaction. There's generally powerful level 2s, like here, Raigon. If an opponent has more points than you, draw a card. Draw is powerful in this game, something to always kind of go for. There's also more narrow effects, like Arbolou. Your other level 2 and 3 air and rock type creatures have +1 power. That's like kind of a deck building payoff, right? You build the right deck. This guy can add a ton of power to your board. Ooh, shiny Watt Pod. That was one I was hoping to get. I love that. This is one of my favorite backgrounds of all the level 2s as well. I don't know. I really enjoy that vibe. I actually use this background to make the thumbnail to one of my YouTube videos. I like it so much. I was saying, so cards can kind of have these generally powerful abilities like draw, distributing -1/-1 power counters, removal or disruption of some kind. But then there's also a lot of more situational abilities. And there's kind of like a web of counters built in. So there's some very powerful strategies, but every single, like here, opposing level 1 and level 2 creature effects can't cause you to discard cards from your hand, right? This is clearly a counter to a discard strategy. And so the meta in this game is kind of a rotating thing that there's always kind of counterplay available. The player base is, at this point, not in the thousands. There have been hundreds of games of Elemental Creatures played, probably thousands of games of Elemental Creatures played, but not like millions, right? And so, there's very much a lot of discovery still possible in this game. It's being, plumbed and worked out every week in the local scene. I look forward to kind of digging in myself and figuring things out. But that's another element that kind of, I think, contributes to, the purity of the game that I just love. And it's something that you really can only get with a small independent trading card game. So here's one of those level 1 discard effects, right? Each player discards a card from their hand on play. You can play this, if you set it up right, 4 times during a game, right? You play it on turn 1, and then turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. If you play your cards right and use some other effects, you can really use it a lot. This card stops that, right? So you kind of always have built-in counters. Now, sometimes in a pack battle, you might just get a blowout because you just get shredded by something like that and don't have counterplay, but that's okay. Just crack another pack and go again. In Constructed, however, there's always, Justin was very careful when designing the game to always include possible counterplay. Aquazard. All right, we're getting close to the bottom here. I have exactly 4 packs left. Thank you for sticking with this video for so long. Let's go. I'm hoping one more shiny level 1. I hope it's a Zimble. Zimble's the level 1 that combos with Wattpod for that turn 1 level 3 evolution chain or mutation chain that I was talking about. Dinorm. Very nice. Yeah, I think the fact that there's no solved meta, that there's not even like a deck building hub like EDH Rec or something, which the game I'm sure will get at some point as it grows. But in this early stage, it's just kind of fun to be able to explore these things, unplowed snow, as it were. That I really enjoy, and you can't get any other way than playing a small trading card game like this. Second last pack. And then we'll kind of run through all the hits, talk about the hollows we got, and wrap this thing up. So, as I was saying, this game has been a total joy. So glad I found it. I actually came across this game from Card Game Crips Learn to Play, which you should check out if you have not already. I think I've mentioned that in every single one of my videos. All right, last pack. But it wasn't until recently that I decided to jump in and dig deeper, and so glad I did. This game has such a unique gameplay loop, art style, vibe. It's something that I think is really special, and I look forward to seeing it find an audience, a wider audience, and excited to be part of the journey. Kaliamoth, last one. That's cool. Those the stars on this one kind of look like snowflakes. Very nice. All right, there's a lot more I could have talked about in this video, but there you have it. That is the entire box opening experience. This was a great box. Here is all the level 1s. Now, from my one box, I'm already at the point where I have quite a bit of extra spare that I don't need for my collection or cube purposes. So these are literally all extra. One of the things I was thinking about doing is just taking a stack of 5 or 10 of these, and when I'm in an LGS, just kind of like casually leaving them on a table somewhere. See if I can get someone curious about the game from just discovery. These are all the level 2s. I'm sure that a few dozen of these are going to end up in my cube, but after 2 boxes, I expect to be collection complete on that. Here are the non-hollow level 3s. Over 100 of those, and then our foils. So first off, got the Brookie Clan. Great hits. Level 3, level 2, level 1. You know, there's other, you know, obviously other level 2 Brookies, but these kind of seem like the most sequential. It's kind of cool I pulled all 3 in holo. And then just kind of going through all the holos we opened one more time. Some of these I have, most of them I do not. Every single holo is going in the cube. There's that Watt Pod. Beautiful. Again, these booster boxes are $80. You get 36 packs, 13 cards per pack. I mean, the amount of gameplay, if you are willing to kind of reshuffle, you know, once you kind of pack battle, you can really kind of play one booster box like basically infinitely. You won't have every level 3 in the game, but you don't need it. I mean, you should have one of most of them. And in a pack battle environment where you're dealing out, you know, if a random booster pack will have 3 rares, or 3, not rares, 3 level 3s. You know, that from like 100 possible, you get different combinations for like, gosh, I don't know, thousands of permutations of that. So tons and tons of possible replay value in a single booster pack. Our level 1 hits, Brookie and Montego. Very nice. And then, of course, Trigo Dragon, Jinmo, and Huma. The 3 promos. That's awesome. Great box. Justin Hartsock, once again, thank you so much for sending this box to me. I greatly appreciate it. I love this game. Please go to the Discord. Links in the description. Get involved in the community. You can get involved in, you know, play testing, deck building, collecting. Great game for like family play groups. Simple, easy to learn, easy for kids to learn, and lots of depth. Very fun and an awesome multiplayer game. Haven't talked about that aspect, but yeah, scales really well to 4 players. So, thanks for watching. Elemental Creatures rules. And I'm sure, be talking about this game again soon. Be blessed. Thanks.